Hey everybody, it's Trackmania, track of the day, dear laddies. Let me look at the track of the day. It is almost 6 p.m. So we're way late on the track of the day, but that's because I was streaming a lot today. And I even played some Trackmania. I grinded out some of the author medals I didn't have yet. Today is Hillside Highway. And I gotta tell you, reviews are almost exclusively 9s and 10s. Gold is 49, author is 46. This sounds very nice. I was talking about on stream, like, I don't want to be negative. Oh, it's today. Yeah, I was wondering what was going on there. But it's been like a few days for sure, maybe even a little bit further than a few days, since I had a Trackmania track of the day that really spoke to me. I hope that can be the case today. GPS? Do we have any GPS? Perhaps? Oh, dude, it's a little shortcut. I'm just kidding. You know what? Just let it ride. Let's roll through it. Maybe complete the course once. Turn on ghosts. Don't grind for the gold, but complete it once. Turn on ghosts, and then see how the mood strikes us. So the author's 46. Gold was like 49, if I remember. It's been a bit. And by a bit, I mean like literally a minute since I saw. Okay, you want to keep your wheels straight on dirt? Oh, okay, that was surprisingly good. So this looks like a dangerous track. But actually, like, even though there's no barriers, it's pretty wide. Now, obviously, we're going to be able to not get hang time there in the future, which is going to exclusively benefit us. This seems like a really straightforward and fun track right now. You know what? We're still going. It's just, you know, I don't want to be like, oh, I just want boring tracks. But a simple track that's like easy to pick up, fun to improve upon, you know, and not necessarily easy to master. That's what we're talking about. If you think I'm taking the long way around on that one, you lost your mind. How is it possible? Top 21 British Columbia? Are there only 21 people in my province who play this game? There can't be. We got gamers in BC. We sent a gamer to the international a few times, I think. I don't know, I don't really... In fact, I think we sent a couple of gamers to the international, now that I think about it. Aren't Arteezy and Oi 2000 both from British Columbia? We got a fine tradition of gamers here. I refuse to believe there's only 21 people that are playing the track of the day here. Maybe we're just that good. Don't you go off. King, here you go. Skirt. This is a good one. Oh, you don't want the hang time. You don't want the hang time, dude, or air time. What's the difference between hang time and air time? I feel like a hang time is like the time you spend in the air. But like, it's mostly like an up and down movement. Does that make any sense? That's a silver? I'm not saying we should have gotten the gold. But I guess I'm used to tracks where a clean lap gives you the gold. This one seems a little bit more difficult than that. So what are we looking for today? Most important thing as of right now, if we can avoid the jump. Or, yeah, that was fine. We did not avoid the jump, but we got less air/hang time on it. Send it, dude. This is a good speed. Oh, this is a fun one. I could do it. Here's the thing. Going fast is fun. That's not quite a gold, but we're getting there for sure. Give me opponents from BC. I'm ready. I'm ready to take this to the next level. We've obviously... Sucks! Long time no see! Hello, old friend. You know, we know what we have to do on this track. It's time to learn some best practices. So we want no airtime. We're going to fall a little behind there. That was not efficient. That was not efficient. I was trying to see, I think the secret to not getting airtime is on airtime ramp, you just stay hard left. So I'm just trying to get that primed in my brain. Hard left. And on dirt, you try to keep the wheels... Okay, that's not a good example. You try to keep the wheels as straight as possible. I'm not saying the authors in the cards today, but this is like... It's going to be one of our faster goals. And I can tell you, it's just a fun track already. Right off the bat, I'm like, this one's got it going on. It's just a track, you know, it's got different substrates. It's got different elements. But you know what it does not have right now? A super difficult ramp that is hard to plan for. It doesn't have a nasty speed check. Just a lot of like flat out racing. You love to see it. Left. There you go. That was good. In spite of the crash, that's what we need to do. We might lay off the throttle, but we shouldn't need to if we play our cards exactly right. You know what else this doesn't have? Sliding. I'm not anti-slide. You know, this is why we're talking about John Rzeznik from Goo Goo Dolls. However, despite not being anti-slide, I don't like when a track's success or failure for us is pretty much exclusively determined by whether or not we slide well. I mean, it is a skill we have to learn, but it's not like a binary skill where you just like turn it on or off. Like, it's a skill you gotta learn, and we're still in the process of learning it. We're getting a little better every time. But it's not going to happen overnight. We did get too much airtime, but we're up by a second. It's pretty good. Straight wheels. That was a good corner, dude. So that's a gold. We beat everybody but one person in our cohort there. It was Socks! So we get to drive with them a little longer. Never thought I'd die driving alongside a Socks. Socks. What about driving alongside a friend? I could do that. Okay, so we've got to figure out, you know, if there's like 2 extra seconds to pull off this run, where the heck are those 2 extra seconds coming from? That's gonna do a little bit of it, for sure. Maybe no airtime there if you can swing it. Late corner, but good speed. I wouldn't sweat it yet. We'll see what happens with the other ghosts, right? Because we're gonna get another good ghost infusion. We got lucky there to even beat our previous time. We almost, like, lost it all. But we got huge improvements coming. So we're gonna get to 47.7, I think, pretty easily. So at the start, you stay tight. This is still fine. Straight wheels. Straight wheels, light adjustments. A little heavy on that grass turn. But then full speed through here is what you're looking for. Nah, we didn't gain any time there. We're not too far behind, but I think we got good momentum here. I mean, that was amazing. I don't know what to say about myself there. I'm like, what the heck? Cut off another 0.17, and that was not even that good. Keep it moving. We did beat Socks. I apologize, Socks. So you stay tight to this corner. Minimum distance on that corner. Straight wheels, good speed. Lighter turn. Not great. Much smoother turn. I knew we were going to get airtime there when I came off. I was disappointed in myself, but it's okay. Hello, old friend. A lot of speed on the corner, a little less smooth than I'd like. What about that? Dude, I'm learning dirt. I'm learning dirt. Something about this corner just makes dirt feel nice. I don't know what to say. Give me change opponents again. We gotta move down the list here. We gotta learn some better techniques. Kung Pao lentils. Really, the author's like 46 today? It feels like we're making big improvements, don't get me wrong. Straight wheels. That felt pretty good. Like, what are these guys doing? Well, I'm still at the front. I think there, so clearly I lose something as time goes on. We're gaining a little here, though. That was even a little bit too far out of the pocket. We lost something there. Should have straightened the wheels a little faster. Smooth corner. Smooth corner. Do the same here. Good speed, dude. If we hadn't clipped the wall, like the difference between greatness and oblivion is mighty close there. If you can go full speed and not clip the wall, you're going to crush it there. Like that is smooth operator right there. Now somebody's gaining a ton of speed there. We got to figure out what they're putting in their Wheaties, you know? Wouldn't recommend that particular line. This is a really good track, though. You know what? It's just like, not every track needs to feel like a death match, you know? Today's track is like, it's just pleasant. It's just it's an easy track to drive, but there's enough built-in competition between other drivers in Trackmania. You don't necessarily always need to be in like a knife fight with the creator of the track. This is, I find myself enamored. We got airtime, but less than our PB. So I think we got a good chance to pile on some extra time here. That's good. This is also good. Ooh, you're gonna get me. You got me by 0.018. We still gotta cut a lot of time to get to the best lap possible. But, like, the fact that it feels so foreign to not have to throw a lap away where we make one small mistake. To still be able to, like, fight and compete. It's like something doesn't feel right. It feels like we're cheating. Okay. Go around the horn. And then off the horn. We went a little too far off the horn. This is a great track, though. I do need to, it's not really an apology, but it's more of like a redaction. I suggested that like getting author medals on the summer tracks was easy. And then I did it on stream today, and I did manage to get like 3 or 4 author medals in an hour or so. But it was not the walk in the park that I thought it would be. Now, keep in mind, it usually takes us about an hour to get an author medal. And even then, those are the easy tracks. Most of the time, we just go, the author medal is basically impossible today. On track of the day. So it's definitely easier. But I thought it was going to be a complete cakewalk. This was not the case. There you go. Great turn, great speed. Wouldn't recommend that last one. That's okay. I hate to say it, but our next goal is to get socks off the screen. Just as quickly as we discovered them, it's time to get rid of them. It was nice to see you again, and now it's time to resign your name to the oblivion it warrants in my world of Trackmania record bookkeeping. Sorry, that was a little needlessly grim. Okay, we're trying to get a little too cute. It is good to not go up on the grass, but you don't have to cut it that fine. See that? It's like I'm learning for a corner like that. I don't know if you can say that it's true for all dirt tracks, but you want to take the corner early and then let the momentum carry you. That was good. We're going to gain a lot of speed here. Like a lot. I touched the wall. But I'm getting it. I'm actually getting this. So if we can get this all lined up, I think there's an easy half second. The rest of it, I think, is going to be tricky. So verbal cues. You stay tight on this. You turn this into a straightaway. You turn early on this. You didn't do it right. You turn early on this and then accelerate straight. It's not straight wheels. It's turn as early as possible so that you can straighten out as early as possible. We did it a little too long there. We turned more than was necessary. Now this one, I have no idea. I have a feeling that staying on the inside is probably the Chris money maker there, even if it costs us some speed. Then here, very nice, and then you kind of lost it, but we're picking it up. We're staying within 3/10 or so on a track where speed can really change the game. Like this is a track, was it like 2 days ago? We kept hitting a wall on a boost pad, and it didn't slow us down that much. Today's like the opposite of that. That's good. Today is like, speed is the name of the game. See that? We're staying ahead here. So you want to go as inside as possible there. Didn't really follow it up with staying as inside as possible there, but good. Very good turn. Okay, we're going to be in first. You want to turn left as soon as you exit this loop. Keep your speed high. Slowed down a little bit due to friction. Oh, the airtime's gonna kill us there, but dude, we were up by a second. We can get this. This is like, it's a fun track, and I think the author is very, very much on the table. I'm ready for it. You guys ever see The Kid Stays in the Picture? It's the movie documentary about Hollywood producer Robert Evans' life. I'm not defending things that Robert Evans may or may not have done in his life. Because here's the thing. I've never seen the movie. But it came out maybe in like 2001 or 2002. I hear people talking about, oh, have you seen The Kid Stays in the Picture? And I gotta tell you, not sure how relatable this is. But for about 10 years or 15 years, I thought it was a movie about the Second World War. Or like a tense family drama. Like, doesn't it just sound like that? The kid stays in the picture. It's like, oh, it's about a divorced set of parents or something that are trying to keep their family together amidst, war-torn Eastern Europe or something like that. Then eventually one day I just thought, wait a minute. If it's about Robert Evans, I'm pretty sure The Kid Stays in the Picture is like a Hollywood reference. The kid stays in the picture. I get that it's kind of a strange bit to bring up, but like, you ever have that happen? Like, have a complete misconception of something? I'm kind of going through that right now. This is a weird segue, for sure. I'm not even sweating it because I love the track. Having to do a few more runs, or 30 more runs, is fine. Like, let me hit you with something that's a little controversial, okay? I had always thought, I think because of the way we were taught about it and the way that people talked about it, I had always thought that, like, learning about the American Civil War between 1861 and 1865 was kind of boring, People always talk about, or at least they paint, like, Civil War historians and reenactors and stuff like that in a light that is like, oh, they're just like, I don't want to say they're boring, but oh, they need something better to do with their time. He's really into this thing that happened like 200 years ago. Like, for some reason, like, European history and like the medieval era is kind of sexy, and like World War II history is really popular, which makes a lot of sense because it's still like in living memory. World War I history is kind of in the same boat. But then, like, the Civil War was kind of just like, I don't know, I'd always thought it was relegated to, like, niche, category or status because it was kind of boring. Civil War is actually, like, I've been listening to this audio book. It's really like a course, I guess, about it. That was a great lap, by the way. We can do a lot better. At least a little bit better, but that was really good. And, like, it's like... I mean, I feel like I'm not gonna be surprising anyone by saying this, but it's, like, exciting stuff. I don't mean it's exciting in a voyeuristic way, like, you know, I also understand there was a lot of human grief associated with it. I'm just also saying, like, man, it's wild. Don't get me wrong, like, learning about World War II is, it's easy to stay interested as well. But, like, there's something, like, about the Civil War. It goes back to what I said, I mean, I've said it multiple times, but, like, you know, when you're a kid, 20 years ago is like ancient history. Then when you get a little older, it's like, oh, you know, 50 years ago is pretty old. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, dude, this took place 1861 to 1865. That's like last week. Like, I no longer look at Abraham Lincoln as like a historical figure. Like, in my head, I know that Abraham Lincoln, you know, he's been dead for 180 years or whatever. But in my head, I'm like, he could have lived last week. Which is obviously nonsensical. But I'm like, I feel that thread to stuff that happened back then. To think about, like, what it must have been like to, you know, have brother fighting brother. And, you know, people that were... I mean, it's kind of like the Korean War is kind of a civil war, right? It's got the same sort of vibe associated with it. It's very interesting, for sure. Now, I'm not at the point where I want to reenact any battles or anything like that. I feel like that would be very strange as well, considering that, you know, I'm Canadian. I'd be like, hey guys, me too. Hey, aren't you one of those knaves from British North America who we faced in the War of 1812? Get back to your own dominion, knave. I don't know what, that's not what people sounded like during the U.S. Civil War. At least it's not what Americans sounded like during the U.S. Civil War, but it is not boring stuff. Let's put it that way. Maybe it's just me that thought it was boring. But I've definitely been guilty of thinking, like, oh, some parts of history are, like, kind of cool, and some parts are, like, I snooze. I was guilty of thinking that the Civil War was one of the snoozers. Absolutely not. The Civil War is, like, is Pog City. Just, I mean, let's maybe don't phrase it like that. But you can't have it both ways. You can't be like, no, it was a long time ago, but also the wounds are still fresh. You know? We're either okay to mock and deride it, or we're not. I mean, we're not really deriding or mocking the Civil War. We're making a joke using the Civil War as the setting, but anyway, you get the idea. What if you took this turn? Yeah, you're learning, dude. Although, they did have a lot of extra speed on me. I feel like we got some good extra torque there. Just trying to follow them around the outside of the line here. We did get some airtime there. That's gonna suck. But then that corner did not suck. That corner did not suck at all, dude. So we're gonna be at 47.031. We got a long way to go still. We didn't even pass anybody on the cohort. But, I mean, keep in mind, we're in author territory. Or, sorry, we're in gold territory already. We're fishing for the author at this point. And I think there's a couple of times, for sure, when we have had elements where I'm like, that's the 10 out of 10 way to handle that. Like this one, sometimes we just get the dream line, where, like, the course turns for us. Anyway, so that's what's been on my mind. I've been inside all day. Don't have any anecdotes. Bonnie Henry told me to. It's Game 5, Canucks versus Knights tonight. You know, I'm at the point, if we're talking stages of grief... Sorry, Golden Knights. My mistake. we're at the point of the stages of grief where I'm already on acceptance, which I think is good because it hasn't even happened yet. We're not eliminated. We're just on the brink. To be at acceptance already, I think it can only be good. If we lose, we lose. No! That's alright. We know what we're doing here. That was such a good lap, too. If we lose, we lose. You know, it's just hockey, and it's been nice to have it. I'm in dangerous territory because I can't remember if this is the series where I've been talking a lot of hockey lately, or if it's been in Isaac, or if it's been on stream, or if it's been in, you know, all the other videos. If it's in Fall Guys. It's probably not in Fall Guys. We tend not to banter that much in that. It's got its own storyline. But, I'm not mad at the Knights. They're just, like, quite frankly, a much better team. It's hard to be mad at that. If they were worse and we lost, I'd be much more upset. But when I watch the games, I'm like, you know what? Fair enough. You got us. So we were real close there to getting the author. We were like 2/10 off. I hope this is not one of those situations where I'm like, oh, you know what? We could even go opponents from... No, we were already on opponents from Canada. I think that maybe the best thing for us would actually be the classic play alone and then load in Egg Carton Ghosts and then close it up. See how these guys do on the course. But yeah, like, you know, there's nothing worse, I think, than losing when you're the better team. Luckily, that is definitely not what's about to happen if we lose tonight. We have been the worst team. I think if we had lost to Minnesota or St. Louis, no disrespect, man, but I really do think the best team won those series. St. Louis is, I would say, inarguably a better team, let down by some uncharacteristically bad goaltending in their series with us. But in terms of like the actual execution of the games, the better team won. If Vancouver wins this series, maybe the better team will have won because we have to win 3 in a row to get there. But it's an uphill battle. Let's put it that way. So if you're a Golden Knights fan, fair play. If you move on, you know, I will not be rooting for you. There's no hard feelings. It's not because you're going to eliminate my team. It's because I already have baked in distaste for the team. They didn't really behave, you know, in a bad way during the series. They played, you know, pretty classic hockey. Who would I be rooting for? I got nothing against the Tampa Bay Lightning, who have already made it through. Honestly, I got nothing against the Islanders or the Flyers. I'm more of a fan of the Colorado Avalanche than I am of the Dallas Stars. But even still, I mean, I'm kind of like, I hate to say it. In terms of hockey allegiances, I know you're like, you know, I don't even know what you're talking about. Stop talking about it, but it's hard. I really do. Vegas would, now that the Bruins are out especially, be my least favorite team in the playoffs. So I hope you take it as a mark of respect that, you know, you might be my least favorite team still remaining in the playoffs, but it's not hard feelings, you know? I'm actually like, you just played really well. You might see it as like as like a petty reason, and it is a petty reason. But, like, I feel like I might jump on the Islanders bandwagon if they make it through this round. Just because they have a cool jersey. If you don't know what it looks like, just look it up, alright? Like, the blue and orange color combination, it's got an extreme nice drip energy. Now, if you're a Philadelphia Flyers fan, I apologize. I got nothing against the team. I hate your away jersey, though. Like, the white jersey with the black background and then white text nameplate always makes me think, like, you know, something went wrong at the print shop. You can feel free to insult my team's jerseys, you know. Nobody even knows what the heck a Canuck is, really. Hold on, this is an important one now. Good speed. You Black Emperor. Still good speed. Great speed. This is the one. That's our author medal. 46.38. Excuse me? That's not our author medal? 46.06! So we gotta find another 3/10 to pull off. Okay. Gotta find another 3/10. I feel like the most likely place to grab it here is an important one. I think the grass turn, like where let's diagnose, where do we lose the most time relative to these ghosts? I think the answer is the grass turn, the grassy knoll. Like through here, we're pretty steady. We're not off by 3/10, let's put it that way. But these guys get 2 seconds ahead. So they gained a little there. They gained a little there. You definitely want to go to the inside edge. You want to turn much faster here and stay. Okay. So if you go inside there, I think that might be all we need. We don't need to match them. Just stealing their tech is probably gonna... It's gonna give us a good shot to stay up there. So again, lost a little. You go heavy inside. Then you go heavy inside yet again. We kind of got bumped there, but we're in there. And then you just got to complete the course. Like, I think everything else, we do waver a little bit at the end. There's variance involved. But I think we're going to get there. And we're only 32 minutes. Okay, that is a little longer than I thought we'd be in here for. Or we'd been in here for, but... It's alright, I got another 20 minutes or so before I'm needed. Like a dough. Or, in the case of no need bread, like not a dough. Like a dough is. We gained some. We gained some on our PB there. We gained more on our PB there. Then that's still gotta be good. I mean, that's the difference right there. I'm not upset, because I know, like, we've learned what the difference is. It's inside. What's the value of a ghost, dude? In fact, I'm realizing now, I think every single corner on this course is inside. We're a little late on that one. We got speed, though. No, we don't. No, we do not. Well, the good news is, if somehow this works, this would be a heck of a turnaround. Good speed. Oh. I'm cutting that a little close. That time we had an excuse. We had to catch up. Okay, inside. And, dude, that's the value of the ghosts. I can't believe there's tracks where I've author medaled without watching, like, a single ghost. That's stupid. It's like trying to swim with like a helium vest on. Wouldn't a helium vest make it easier to swim? Well, it would make it easier not to die, but it'd be hard to go fast is what I mean. I'm talking about like a race, not like a survival situation. I guess there could have been a better metaphor, you know, if you were swimming, you know, with like an iron weight around your neck, sure. That would be worse. Both for speed and for survival. Okay, we cut off a little bit more. Still working on it. This is a very popular track. I mean, I might as well give my review. I don't see a reason not to give this track a 10. I'm not one of those guys, and I've said this every time I've given out a great score. I'm not one of those guys that, you know, gives out a 9 and saves some room for some kind of mythical track that also, like, you know, delivers a full Thanksgiving meal to your door. This track's got everything I want to see in a track. It might not be the most visually dazzling map, but I think it's like the most likable map in Trackmania Tracks of the Day for a long time. Likability is sometimes a 4-letter word for some people, but not for me. People would rather, and I agree in some things. Something that's got general appeal sometimes rubs people the wrong way. They'd rather have something that's, you know, very perhaps unusual, but you either love it or you hate it, because it's better to have, like, you know, a few things that you love and a lot of things that you hate, instead of just having like 1,200 television shows, movies, and albums where you're like, eh. Hopefully we got speed there. Oh, we got speed. This is our author medal. 45.9. Dude, that's a good one. Top 6 BC. I mean, I'm 36 minutes. We should let it ride a little bit more. I think we can do a little bit better. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I definitely do think it's possible. It will not happen on this one, that's for sure. Unless... what are we back by? 7/10! Oh my word. We're 37th in Canada? That just goes to show you, like, how much the track quality changes the competition level. Because, like, normally, I mean, again, it's the double-edged sword of relative rankings, right? I'm like, I want to get more author medals. Then when I get the author medal, when it's easy, I'm like, what the heck? The author medal means I'm top 37? So I guess we don't even really need to get into that. It's basically, you know, it's a good track. The only way to get better rankings, consistently, medal or no medal, is to become better relative to the drivers around you. That was a good line. We got speed. I'm surprised, but it's there. Oh, the airtime's gonna cost us big, dude. Like, maybe if we got insane speed through it. No, it's not gonna do it. But yeah, I mean, this is, like, great track. I give this the great track seal of approval. I have exactly 0 complaints. Even, you might say, like, oh, it's visually kind of uninteresting, but I disagree. Like, the track is actually, you know, it could have been just on the road, but the way that they've kind of laid the track out in the sky with the elevated tracks is really nice. You got to stay a little bit more to the right edge there. So the next dream for us is that there's a group of people who get the author medal and then say, I'm out. If we could set 1 PB in post-author territory, we might pass those people by. And if we can do that, I'll feel better about my ego. But this is a high-quality track. Yeah, as I've said 75 times. I know it's a good track. Or I know I like the track, let's say. Because every time I stop to restart, I'm like, it's an error I made. Now, on a technical level, you don't get a Nobel Prize in geniusness for being like every mistake is a you mistake. But the difference is perception, right? when you're going 0.25 miles an hour below the speed check threshold and you smack into a pole that they place there as the speed check, I think the human tendency is not to go, I was going too slow. The human tendency is to go, who put that pole there? If you just didn't put that pole there, I would have made it. And I don't feel that at all on this course. On this course, I'm like, it's wide. There's very few tight corners unless you want them to be tight corners. So when you make a mistake, it's like, why'd you do that? In fact, I actually think the hardest consistent element is this little switchback right there. I don't know if that's what that element's called, but I do hear it in motorsport. The switchback. We went too far to the outside there. Good. I think we're gaining the slightest speed. Then I hit the wall. I was gonna set a PB, but then I hit the wall. I was gonna move from 7 to 3, but then I hit the wall. Da, 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 da. If you know, you know. Great turns, brother. Great turns. What? How? I thought I was, like, perfect there. You know what? We'll just have to catch him on the flip side. It was terrible. Okay. I mean, I was like, I thought it was the most beautiful corner in our entire Trackmania history. It's okay. The frustration comes from demanding, you know, the stretch, you know? We're at the level of comfort of execution I normally get to. Now we're trying to stretch that. And it's like working out, you know? You build the muscle, not on rep 1, where you're like, this is easy. You build your muscle on the reps where it starts to hurt. That's how we're going to build our Trackmania skill. When it gets tough, that's when you get things sorted out. You know, that's when you recognize, hey, it's like the expression, you know, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. That's great speed. That's NASCAR Lakeside. Baby! In my head, I had a conversation. It was like, are you going to hit the wall? I think we're going to hit the wall. Yeah, we're going to hit the wall. At no point did I issue a command to my thumb to, like, move. I was just like, send it, brother. Okay, that's competitive. We take those. Turn earlier than expected, sharper than expected. That was late, but you know what? We're going to be in there. That's fine. Still fine. Can't get airtime there. That was better. Just still can't get airtime there. It's going to kill you. We're going to be like half a second back. 3/10, whatever. Half a second, 3/10. They're closer than they are far away. So what do we have? 43 minutes? I got like 10 minutes left. I think we're going to get a new PB. We might not use all 10 of those minutes. If we get a new PB right away, I think we're pretty close to my maximum right now without having lactic acid come out of my eyeballs. Well, that's not a good start. Now, the irony is, usually, when we go slow from an earlier section, we tend to absolutely crush the late game splits and still finish behind our PB. NASCAR Lakeside. I mean, I'm just saying. I actually think we lost some time. Yeah, we lost a little time there in the back half. So every 10th obviously matters. Does every 100th matter? No, not yet. But I would say like every 50th matters. For sure. That's where we're at right now. And this is not an amazing start. We're slipping a little. Very spicy lap to run and then be like, oh, we're 7/10 down. I felt like we were pretty good when it's like, oh, you're a second behind. I'm like, excuse me? A second behind from what? The speed of light taking this course? I don't think so, Tim. We, as a culture, need to apologize for allowing Home Improvement to become one of the most popular shows of its generation. Like, there's some good stuff in that show. When the man gets electrocuted, I say ha ha ha. But the rest of it is a lot of like, what kind of grown man makes noises for a living? Come on. Minkus? I feel like when it comes to sitcoms, does anyone believe there are good sitcoms? Like, there are some sitcoms that are in the gilded echelon of greatness. Whether or not you agree with these is not germane to the conversation. Because I don't agree with both of these, but, you know, Seinfeld is gilded. It's beloved. Friends is beloved. I'm gonna gild it even though I don't particularly like it. But for some people, it's like their favorite show ever made, right? Apart from that, I feel like everybody's belief is predominantly that sitcoms, and I'm not talking about like, you know, The Office or anything like that. I'm talking about, you know, 3-camera sitcoms with a laugh track. I think there's an enormous drop-off in the quality of those to then like the next best. I will say, you know what? I'm going to also put Frasier up there. But are there any sitcoms people think are merely good? Or are they all either, like, hilarious or a complete waste of time? I feel like there's a big gulf. I mean, I watched a lot of them growing up. It's because, like, I mean, I was a kid. When I think back, I'm like, man. My parents were, like, in their mid-30s watching Everybody Loves Raymond with me. I'm in my mid-30s now, and I'm like, dude, if it's just not a Werner Herzog film, I don't even want to show up. The idea of me being like, oh, it's 8 p.m., let's turn on ABC because Last Man Standing's coming on. Watch 22 minutes of Tim Allen indoctrinating his kids with the name of the Supreme Court Justices of the United States and 8 minutes of Tide advertisements. It's like, it boggles my mind. But you know, I will say my parents are normies. It's a good thing, having normie parents. I think I'm gonna, you know, truth be told, maybe I will be stoked to watch situation comedies when our daughter is born. Because, like, at least it means I'm not watching children's programming, right? I think I've mentioned this probably in 20 different videos. But people keep asking me, like, oh, the wink wink, are you ready to watch every Disney movie ever made 100 times? And I'm like, dude, I'm not worried about the Disney movies. I'm worried about Peppa Pig, Paw Patrol, Coco Melon, whatever it's called. Like, I'm worried about the absolutely inane children's television programming that comes before stuff that has like a real story and dialogue. Like, I'll watch Coco 100 times. That, you know, that's a good movie. But if I gotta watch, I I don't even know. Peppa Pig might not even be that bad. I'm telling you, if I gotta watch 3 trillion episodes of Paw Patrol, I don't lose my friggin' mind. People tell me not to let my kid watch Paw Patrol because it's like, their words, not mine. It's propaganda. I'm like, you know, she's negative 3.8 weeks old right now. I'm not gonna worry about that too much. I'm gonna let her, you know, come out and simmer for a bit before I start hitting her with that kind of discourse. Most adults are not ready to have that conversation yet. I'm not too worried about the impact watching a show with a canine police officer is gonna have on my infant daughter. But you know what? I'm not an early childhood educator, so maybe it actually is a big deal. But you know what? Nobody in Twitch chat is either. Well, yeah, some people in Twitch chat are, but they're not the ones calling it propaganda. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So we pretty much tapped out here. We've regressed. I will say, we come by the regression pretty honestly. It's a good lap. Okay, come around like tighter on this one. There you go. You made up a little space. That was a good turn. Thought maybe we'd gain a little extra speed if we took the downhill a little longer. It's better. Oh, you know what? You've re-stoked my fire to attempt this now. Bad setup. Man, we lost a lot by the end of that. This happens in Trackmania. You think you're like, oh, I set a PB, and there's like, oh, I know how I can easily beat it. And then, you know, you realize you're parts of your PB you actually were like playing out of your gourd. Heavy. Oh, you gotta be earlier than that on the corner, my brother. Okay. Okay, we only got a few more attempts left in us here. Now that's a face. Deep breaths. Still a 10 out of 10 track. Still a 10 out of 10 track. It's not even close. Maybe my favorite track of the day. It's up there. If it's not my favorite, it's very close to the top. Smooth. Smooth play. NASCAR. I got a little twisted. I heard the engines revving behind me. I got a little scared, but we held on there. We got a North American rank. Okay, that's pretty good. This is a successful track of the day. Top 5 BC. Very, very close to 4th. 46 in the egg carton is actually pretty impressive. And then, how did we do yesterday? Top 8 BC. Oh, I didn't like this track. I don't sweat that. Top 77 in the egg carton, though, is pretty good. Hey, for now, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Please do. These are long episodes. They take a lot of throat power to produce, but I got the capabilities. Apart from that, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!